First 10 minutes, I will do an introduction because there are lots of newcomers who might be joining in. And for them, the introduction is extremely important. So I will try in the first few minutes, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, a normal introduction, which the reason why we are doing this. You can start.
Recording in progress.
See, the reason why we are doing the Bhagavad Gita for women is because Bhagavad Gita, the characters right from the beginning to the end are all males. And the war was fought between the two sides, that is the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Everybody over there, including the divinity, is male. Alright? The gurus over there, who are also a part of this. When I say gurus, there are many gurus over there, no doubt about it. Some of them you know. Bhishma Pitama is one of them, right? Dronacharya is another. Kripacharya is another. And the greatest of all the gurus is Sri Krishna himself. Now, I will have to go back slightly backwards in time to give you an understanding why this was the case. We have covered 3 yugas as of now. The first one is called the Krita Yuga or the Satyug as we know. Second one was called the Treta. Third one was called the Dwapara. Now, this particular incident that we are seeing, which is called the Mahabharata, in that Sri Krishna is giving an explanation to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. After this is over, Sri Krishna passes away much later when he is 125 years old. That day is the beginning of the new age, as we call the last age which is there, which is called the Kali Yuga. Now, Kali Yuga is not the same as the other yugas. Because Kali Yuga, the line between male, female and any other species goes away. And you will find that in the last couple of years, that line has started becoming blurred. With so many people coming in, we cannot even say that today we can call the male as he or a female as she. You understand? They have their own identification. So this yuga, you will find that mostly there is a blurring of all the lines. Now, in ancient time, all this teaching was given to the males. They had something which is called the Gurukul system. Now, in the Gurukul, the Guru was a male. His wife used to stay with him. She would take care of the ashram. And there were disciples, or in today's day and age, we say students, like we have in school. So, almost every student was a male student. You will find during the times of, the ancient times, you might hardly hear of a woman being a disciple anywhere. So, everything that was taught to the males. Right? Now, the second important thing is there are kalas and vidyas. There are arts and crafts as well as the different arts of warfare and all. Those were taught to the males only. There are 16 plus 64. These are the different subjects. And all these subjects were taught to the males. The women were supposed to be looking after the household and also taking care of everything behind the scenes. And that is the reason why these subjects were no more a part of their curriculum. But today the lines, like I said, are blurred. Anybody and everybody should be entitled for all the knowledge. Today women are going in war also. I'm sure you know that. They are going to the moon. There is a woman who is caught up in outer space also just now, isn't it? you will find that they are leading organizations across the world. So there are women leaders in politics as well as various other places. Now, when we say that a woman has got to get this knowledge, the Bhagavad Gita is literally like an art of war. You see, art of war is a Chinese text. Bhagavad Gita is basically an Indian scripture. Now, when we say the art of war over there in China, it teaches us a lot of things. This particular scripture called the Bhagavad Gita is also a part of a scripture where the way in which you have to fight a war is given. Now, application to your own life. Why is it important? As a woman, you have to understand, I am teaching you over here so that you have to start applying these principles in your life. All right? These principles are extremely important so that you can succeed in the world. The idea was Arjuna succeeded in the war, isn't it? He fought the war along with his brothers and succeeded in winning. And later on he went to become what is called as a regent. His brother became the king. As a regent, his job was to go on a horseback everywhere and capture kingdoms. And that is the reason why today, if you go to the end of the Southeast Asia also, you will find that there is a mention of literally all the scriptures right up to there. The moment you get out of the airport in Bali, you will find bang in front of your face, there is a very beautiful fountain or a sculpture in the middle where Sri Krishna is there along with Arjuna, and the same depiction of this Mahabharata war is there. The Bhagavad Gita is there. So you will find that right from here to the end of this Southeast Asia, there is a mention of the Bhagavad Gita. Even in Bangkok or any other place, even in Malaysia, you will find that there is a mention. So today it is extremely important that we learn the Bhagavad Gita so that we can apply it in our life. Now I will tell you what is the importance of the Bhagavad Gita. This is very, very important to understand. See, there is a very important principle that happens. The principle is, if I do something to you, you have to give it back to me. Simply put, if I give you $1,000, are you supposed to return them back to me or no? Naturally, you are supposed to. If I have loaned the money to you, you have to give it back to me. This is a transaction. Now, if you do not give me that money and you run away with my money, then isn't it a big problem for that person as well as for me? Because I am going to keep on saying I lost my $1,000 and the other person will become a thief. He has taken the money. So both the people come in what is called as a connect with each other. Now tell me, using your common sense, because Bhagavad Gita you have to use your common sense. If the return doesn't happen, it means you still owe it, isn't it? Right? This universe has been made in such a manner that everybody owes something to the other. And that ownership has to be transferred back. So, even if you have the $1,000, you have to somehow give it back to me. Right? This is called the law of karma. See, law of karma is a very unique philosophy as far as the Indian scriptures are concerned. If the person doesn't give me that $1,000, he will be in debt with me. And I will still be thinking he owes it to me. But the law says that you have to make it 0-0. Alright? How do you make it 0-0? Till the person doesn't return. Now in this life, the person dies. Let us say he dies. Whoever owes me the money dies. Then what happens? So in the next life, that is why the rebirths are important. In the rebirth, that thing has to be returned back to me. You can't just say you can get away with it. No getting away with anything. Now you will understand in your life there are lots of things which you may like or may not like. And those are happening because you owe it to someone. Sometimes some person in maybe in this life takes your money and runs away. Okay, that also happens. Many people have lost the money. Like say for example in India we have this cheat system. You put a cheat and the person takes the money and runs away. Some people buy houses. Some people buy properties. Some people buy cars or something like that, some big stuff. And when they go to sell it, they occur a very big loss. They are not able to recover it. And at that time they really wonder, oh, I made such a big loss. I bought the car for 30 lakhs and I have to sell it for 15 lakhs in less than 6 months. It is not correct. So they feel cheated. Alright? The reason why they feel cheated is because they have lost 15 lakhs over there, isn't it? So now the answer to that is the karmic debt. So the karmic debt has to be paid. There are lots of places where there are disagreements in a family, Husband and wife have disagreements. They have fights. They have all kinds of things going on in their life. And the wife or the husband, one of them is suffering very badly. Maybe the wife is suffering very badly. She is beaten and all that. It happens many a times, There are wife beaters and all that. So the woman may not open her mouth at all. She will be just quiet all the time. And you, suppose you are the observer and maybe it is happening to your neighbor. You really feel so sad and so bad about it. Oh my God, why is this happening? Do you want justice? Naturally, you want justice. You want that woman to give it back to him. Why is she taking all the beating? Why is she not doing this? You feel bad about it. Exactly. So this repayment system is whole transacted by means of a karmic debt. Alright? And this is the reason why karma is a very important part in our life. Now, I want you to think very carefully about what I am saying. You are now performing a new karma. If I am giving 100 rupees to someone or $100 to someone and that person is not in a position to repay me, will I have to get it back from him someday? The point is very simple. Yes, you have to get it back. But he is not in a position to pay because he is a very poor person. Then how is he going to repay you? For this stupid $100, you will be born again with that person so that that person repays it back to you. Can you imagine that? Why would you want to be born again just for that stupid thing? That is the reason why there are lots of laws which are explained in the Bhagavad Gita. How you can get out of this loop. You don't want to be caught in this loop, no? You don't want to meet a stupid person all your life. No? Maybe you have a disagreement with your mother-in-law or a father-in-law or some person or something or the other. Would you like to meet this person in your next life? I don't think so. Maybe you have had a very bad divorce. Would you want to meet the same idiot again in your life again and again and again? I don't think so. You wanted to get rid of him once and for all. But no. The law of karma says he owes it to you and you owe it to them. Maybe he is a beating person. Maybe he has taken away all your property. Who knows? So you have to get it back or you have to give it back. Whichever way. Why would you want to be born again and again? That is why this Indian philosophy, 7 times you have to be married to the same idiot over and over again is something which it doesn't appeal to many people. Can you imagine? You have Sat Fere, we call it. 7 times you go around that thing, that fire, and you have to meet the same person over and over again. Okay, so tomorrow you would like to meet a Brad Pitt or somebody like that in your life. Rather than it's a joke, okay? Please understand this. I like to make jokes, okay? But, so this is the main reason why the Bhagavad Gita is not just a text, but it will teach you how to get out of these kind of stupid loops in your life, so that you don't have any repayments to do. Once cut, you don't have to go back to that person again. You don't have to repay. Otherwise, you might have seen there are old people who die. When they die, they are thinking, oh, my property, my children has taken, and this has happened and that. How many times have you seen this? People are dying and they are just thinking. And finally, what happens? Somebody has taken their property. They become a ghost and sit on top of that house. Have you seen the movie Bhootnath? Yeah? So you think that is stupidity? No, there are lots of haunted places in this world. I have my own disciples whose houses are haunted. They have to come to me, Guruji, what am I supposed to do? Well, you have to do something. So there are lots of these kind of nonsense also going on. People possess things, this is my property, this is my this thing. And that is also the reason why karma happens. Okay, so I hope you get the picture why this scripture is important, so that you don't feel a trap in your life, in whichever way. Plus you get empowered to go and win in this world. So this is literally like a very, very holistic scripture, which you should know, not only for, thinking that, oh, there is some Krishna somewhere. No, Krishna is in you. Okay, those who attended my last lecture and the one before that definitely know that we are not talking of any Krishna outside or some Arjuna somewhere or somebody somewhere. We are talking of all these entities within you. All right, so that is the reason why you have to listen to it, so that you can clear your mind. All right, so I have, the last time I have covered up to 14 if I am not mistaken. So we are doing chapter 1 up to verse 14 we had cleared. Now we are going to do 15. Now what happened till 14? There is a declaration of war which is happening. There are two people talking to each other, like, they are speaking. One is a blind guy. His name is Dhritarashtra. He's 100 children, if I'm, 100 men folks. They are fighting the war over there. He had one daughter also. There is no mention of hers anywhere. Then there are the Pandavas on the other side, the opposing party. They have a set of their own friends who are fighting along with them. The Kauravas are fighting along with their own set of people. So these are two armies on two sides. And Sri Krishna is the person who is the charioteer of Arjuna's chariot. Those who know, for them I don't have to tell, but for those who don't know, who are these 5 Pandavas and Sri Krishna? The Mahabharata is happening within your being. There is no place called Kurukshetra outside. I already explained this last time. Kurukshetra is the battlefield within your being. Your being is this. Everything is happening within you. The 5 Pandavas are the 5 senses. Okay? They are the 5 senses, which means hearing, seeing, those 5 senses which you know. Alright? So they are the important part. And there is the mind which is going to talk. It is called Indradev. In everybody there is a mind, isn't it? It talks too much. So that mind is very important. And then there is another person over there whom we call as Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is none else than the God within you. That small voice within you which keeps on talking to you. It's not going to fight your battles. You have to fight your battles. You are the Arjuna of this world. You have to fight your battles, but it is going to give you guidance. So this much I brought it clear up now. So now let us see what happens from verse 15 onwards. For people who don't know, this is a scripture which is called the bare text, and it is from Gita Press. Okay, Gita Press is the one which is available. It is available. You can ask Rajma later on for where it is available as a bare text. Online also you can download it. There is not much explanation there. The explanation is what I am giving you. That is why it is called Satsang. Alright, so now let us start. We are doing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, verse 15. Sri Krishna. We have completed through 13. All right. Okay, so we will start 14 then. All right. So Bhagavad Gita chapter 1 verse 14. Then seated in a glorious chariot drawn by white horses, Sri Krishna as well as Arjuna blew their celestial conches. Sri Krishna blew his conch named Panchajanya Arjuna. The Devdatta, while Bhima of terrific valiant deeds, blew his mighty conch Paundra. King Yudhishthir, son of Kunti, blew his conch Anant Vijaya, while Nakul and Sahadev blew theirs called Sugosha and Mani Pushpaka. Now, this is a declaration of war. So naturally, when there is a declaration of war, there is a system. And the system says that we have to announce to the world that we are going to fight this war. So there is a declaration which says, okay, I'm going to blow my conch. I will give you the understanding of that. And the excellent archer king of Kashi and Shikhandi, the Maharati, the great warrior, Drishtyumna and Virata and invincible Satyaki, Drupada as well as the 5 sons of Draupadi and the mighty arm Abhimanyu, son of Subhadra, all of them, O Lord of the earth, severally blew their respective conches from all sides. And the terrible sound echoing through heaven and earth rent the hearts of Dhritarashtra's army. So here, when people are blowing their conches, if you recollect, I just now gave you the way of looking at it. I told you that we have to apply it in our life. This is a scripture which you have to apply it in your life, personal life. This is not a story from outside your world. Otherwise, it will have no value. Okay? Otherwise, what is the point in listening to all these stories? You have to apply them. So, what is the application here? There are these 5 Pandavas and there are all the people connected with him. What are they doing? They are listening to this war cry which is going on and then announcing that, yes, I am going to fight this war. Now, when this war happens within you, you know, everything in your life literally is on their toes. Let us say you are having a fight with someone, a verbal battle going on with somebody in your life. Are you listening intently? You want to hear every word that other person is talking. You want to see everywhere what is happening around you. You are literally on the sense of alertness. You know, you are alert. And this alertness is nothing but announcing to the world, yeah, I am ready. Have you seen 2 fighters who are going to take up their position in a boxing match or a karate or judo or something like that? Have you seen how they get ready? Like that? There is nothing but announcing to the world, okay, yes, I am ready. Even the birds or the monkeys or animals also do that. They get ready. Because I want to fight. Everybody wants to fight. Okay? So better to be ready. So here they are in the sense of readiness. And they want to fight. So they first announce, yes, I am going to fight. So everywhere the announcement happens. Now who are these people, like I said? That is the entire system within you. A few days ago I explained to you all that everything is within you. How is it within you? There are 3 domains, 1, 2, 3. 3 domains are there in this world. When people say, I look up towards God in heaven, are they looking upwards? Yeah, they are looking upwards. And when they say go to hell, how do they say? Go to hell, down below. They expect the hell to be down below, correct? And when on earth, I am here on earth. So actually you are saying words which I don't understand. If I look upwards, I am not looking in the sky somewhere. There is no heaven somewhere there. Okay? It is the sky. It is open for everything. Okay? Down below is not Australia. Okay? Otherwise you will say Australia is hell. No, no, no. Don't think like that. And Russia is heaven. Nothing like that. So it is not up and down. It is within you. The body is divided into 3 zones. The upper zone that is the upper torso. The upper torso is called the heaven zone. Heaven. The legs below, they are called the hell. Remember this. And the in-between part, there's an in-between part, stomach downwards, your navel downwards, till the legs. That portion is called the earthly plane. When we say this person is down to earth, I hope you get the point, So, when we say, oh, he's got a heart of gold, actually we are saying that this person is like a heavenly person. We say these words, but we don't understand. So the whole thing is happening there only, within the zones. And that is the reason why we have to accept it, that this is where the battle is happening. And everybody is within the battle. Every part of your being is in the battle. Don't think that one part is not. Okay? So, understand the reason why this happens. Alright? Now, today morning a very interesting question was asked by Rajma and I was giving her an explanation. I will tell you what the explanation is. She says, now, she had done a video about perimenopause and all that. All of you are women, so I'm just talking to you. So, about perimenopause, which hits a person anywhere between 2 to 8 years before their menopause. Okay, this is what happens. And you go through hell literally, all your hormones are going out of shape, something is happening and body doesn't respond to, so many problems are there. So she asked me, Guruji, why does this happen? So I gave her a very simple explanation. It is very important for you to understand also. So I told her that let us say if you don't eat your food for 24 hours, what happens to you? You start at 8 o'clock today morning and till tomorrow 8 o'clock, you're not going to eat food. No water, no food. Like you have this upvas that you do, fasting. Your stomach is going to keep on growling. It's going to say, oh yeah, I am hungry, I am hungry, I am hungry, I am hungry. I am hungry, it says. Your other parts of the body also get upset. You know that? How much of a headache do you have if you don't eat food? Have you seen? You're literally catching your head. Oh my God, I got a stinking headache. Why? Because everything is connected. In the same way, let us say the perimenopause is also equally there. See, the uterus is not interested in some activity because now it has to go back to its original position. It just wants to stop all that. Or in some people, it wants to continue. So body by itself creates this kind of a havoc in your system. It is the urge and the need and the want and the desire. So every part of your body gets affected, isn't it? That is why the hormones go out of hand. Your body goes out of shape because it is revolting, it's reacting. So I hope you get the point. Now in this Bhagavad Gita also, you are going to understand why everything goes out of hand. All the sons and everybody in the battlefield, they are getting ready. I'll show them. Like that. Just think like that. And the sounds are there. The heavens are rent with those sounds. And Dhritarashtra's army. Who is the Dhritarashtra's army? The Kauravas. Do you think there are Kauravas inside your being also? Or no? Kauravas are inside our being like nobody's business. All the wrong stuff that we have to do. Like when you are saying, oh, today I have to not eat this fatty stuff, I should not have these fries when I go with my children to McDonald's. You really want to snuck one or two of them and eat them. Does it happen to you or no? You really feel, I want to have that as well. But you are trying your level best. No. So this is very common in all of us. Literally everybody is like that. We want to avoid certain things. So these are the other thought processes which are going on. Those are the opposing forces. They will tell you, no, eat it. And you will say, no, I can't. So these are opposing forces. So Kauravas and Pandavas are nothing but opposing forces within your being. Got it? So don't bother yourself that there is some Kaurava. Now, the characters which I explained, I don't know whether you remember, there are two main characters there. Two main characters. One is a character who is called Duryodhan. Duryodhan is there, and second one is called Dushasan. Do you know that thought which comes up in us? Desire. I want to make more money. I want this. I want that. Okay. See the word Duryodhan. Dhan. See, it's connected to greed. Everybody has greed. I want this and I want that. You know, the Instagram is full of all those things, isn't it? The moment you're scrolling, no, oh my God, knew this thing, huh? It's nothing but that. And the biggest activity that happened in the last few months is that wedding. You saw everybody wearing beautiful jewelry, all nice saris, nice clothes, this, that. What was that? It is to entice you to buy those stuff. That watch, 2 crore watch or something like that, you also want to own. That is Duryodhani within you. I also want that. If you are having a normal car, let us say you are having a Prius, a Toyota Prius. I want to own that BMW 7 Series. is a thought which goes on constantly, Why should they have? I also want to have. And then Dushasan. Dushasan is what? The lust part of it. We say Kamini Kanchan as far as, Ramakrishna Paramahansa is concerned. Lusting for something. When you don't have, you really want it. That is a kind of a thing. So these are two characters. And then there is all this Duryodhan, Dushasan, and, Bhishma Pitama, Kripacharya and all that. All those are nothing but within you, there are those knowledge base. Okay. Who is this Bhishma Pitama? Bhishma Pitama is just the religious knowledge that you have. You have been taught some religious stuff, isn't it? Oh, you have to pray like this, you have to do this, you have to go to temple, blah, blah, blah. And you follow it, no? Many a time, because you are afraid of it. That is why. And then there you have the other person, Dronacharya. Dronacharya is who? You have done your studies and all. So basically that is the education. That is what it is. Beyond that, there is nothing. So don't bother your head about it so much at the moment. Now, O Lord of the earth, seeing your sons arrayed against him, and when missiles were ready to be hurled, Arjuna, who had the figure of Hanuman on the flag on his chariot, took up his bow and then addressed the following words to Sri Krishna. Krishna, place my chariot between the two armies. And keep it there till I have carefully observed these warriors drawn up in the battle, and I have seen with whom I have to engage in the fight. I shall have a look at the well-wishers of evil-minded Duryodhana in the war, whoever have assembled in this side and are ready for the fight. So here, Arjuna is within you and he's saying, okay, now I want to see who is fighting me. So he tells Krishna, okay, now he's a person who is driving the chariot, isn't it? He says, you go and place the chariot in between these people. I want to see who is doing this. You know that false bravado that we have? False bravado is what? Let me show you. Hey, who do you think you are? This kind of bravado that you have. Just imagine your son or your daughter who is in school, that teacher or somebody has misbehaved. You want to go and show them, isn't it? First thing that you want to do is go and show them. And when you go to the school, you find that the principal is calling you. And then you get into big trouble. So, oh my God, the principal is calling me. Something is really wrong. Then you develop cold feet very soon. So this fellow is exactly like this. Arjuna is nothing but we, ourselves. How are we? First we'll say, hey, let me show you. And then, when he sees the big people in front of him, he develops cold feet. So here, the story goes that Arjuna, that is very much us, we want to show the world and we want to take on any fight that is possible. Especially when, suppose somebody comes and bashes your car, you know what happens, no? You get out of the car, you want to show that fellow, and the moment you see that fellow is like Kali, Kali, that big fellow, you feel very scared of, oh my God, I can't fight this guy. So it's like that. Everybody goes through that. So that is the reason why we have to know our enemy better. And he says, I want to go and see. So he tells Krishna, place the chariot between these two armies so that I can see. I can look at my side also. who is fighting with me and against me also, who is not fighting with me. So we have come to the end of verse 23 and we will stop over here. Okay, so after this I'll take a few questions.
Recording stopped.